Assalamualaikum and very good morning, doctor. Today I will present my final test for ST01003, question number 3. My name is Muhammad Arif Daniel bin Parbik, BS17110442. This is my question for number 3. So you can see the data. We have ID, weight, and food intake. And this the original research question from the question. Will eating more food makes the student heavier? So I've been analyzed that the data, and the best statistical test that we can use is simple linear regression, because we need to get to know the linear relationship between dependent and independent variable. The correct research question is, there is any statistical linear relationship between food intake in gram and the weight in kilogram of male student. Experimental design variable, the food intake in gram and the weight in kilogram of male student. Experimental unit, the food intake in gram and the weight in kilogram. The replicates is 10 male student. The sample is male student. The hypothesis. The null hypothesis in this experiment is there is no statistical and linear relationship between the food intake in gram and the weight in kilogram of male UMS student. The hypothesis alternative, there is a statistical linear relationship between the food intake in gram and the weight in kilogram of male UMS student. Criteria is 0.05 and 1 tail test. This the data that I have been collected from this experiment. For normality test, I've been using Shapiro test for the food intake also, and also I use a Shapiro test for weight. For normality test, for the weight, the p-value is 0.888, which is larger than 0.05 since the test is normally distributed. And for the food intake, the p-value is 0.6765, which is larger than 0.05 since the test is normally distributed. This the plot that has been done. For the x-axis is food intake and the y-axis is the weight of student. This the number of food intake against weight. So you can see here this negative slope, and this the command or the for simple linear regression, we can see the f statistical is 1.489. The degree of freedom is 1 and 8. The p-value in this experiment is 0.2 0.2257. In the conclusion, the p-value is 0.257, which is larger than 0.05. Therefore, this null hypothesis is rejected. There is statistical linear relationship between the food intake in gram and weight in kilogram of male student. So let we go to the R Studio. R Studio here. We can see first I STD. I get and I summary the food intake. I will use the Shapiro test like I said just now, and I plot the test. Lepas tu SLR tu is single linear regression model, and I put a B line in the graph and a summary.